Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and today I am going to be looking at the most requested song by Home Free that I've got on my channel right now, and that is I Can't Outrun You, originally by Trace Adkins. This is one I've been very curious about. It's been on my list for a long time, fairly high to the top, but early on I thought I was going to do it one day, and I looked into the song, and I came across the backstory of how it was written. Trace Adkins did an interview a while ago and said himself this was about his divorce from his first wife. It was a very difficult affair, and he didn't know if he'd be able to live through the heartbreak that followed it. I assume from that this is going to be very poignant, maybe quite somber. I don't know, but I decided at the time I wasn't in the headspace to tackle a song like that, so I did something much more upbeat. And today I feel like I can do it. And Home Free's due on the channel anyway. I couldn't find any Halloween content from them, so Remember My Name was the last video I did. So yeah, today's the day. I'm going to have a look at it, and I'm very excited to see this. This is, as I say, the most requested video on my channel by Home Free, and many people have asked for it, but it does include Sandra Rowan, Baby Fry, Lisa Taylor, Jeff Hensley, Catsun, and Salmonella290. So thank you all very much for recommending this. I'm very interested to see what Home Free has to offer. I do not know the original of this. I haven't heard it. And I decided not to listen to it. I sort of vacillate between checking a song out first and not checking a song out first. I tend to prefer not, because then I don't go in, especially if if I've never seen it before, I'm not going in with preconceptions based on only having heard it once or twice in its original form and then suddenly hearing something different. So I figured on this one I was going to go in blind. No idea what I'm getting myself in for, except I have been told, I believe Chance leads this, and that there's going to be a lot to talk about. Folks commented that my visual analysis side of things is going to get busy, which I'm great with. I really enjoy videos that have a lot. And Home Free, I've noticed, does a lot with visuals even when they have very little to work with. Something like Mayday, the backgrounds and things like that, there wasn't a lot going on, and yet they made it visually fascinating. So I'm interested to see if someone says there's a ton of visuals to analyze. I'm going to be very interested. I think that's everything I have to say about this one. I don't really know much more about the song, other than that subject matter sort of comment that Mr. Adkins made. So I'm just going to jump in. So welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. The way this is going to work, I watch the video through from beginning to end without stopping it. I will comment and emote over the top, and then I go back and I will watch it a second time, this time pausing, interrupting, and offering what commentary and analysis I feel I can based on what I've seen and heard, and on the foreknowledge of having seen the song once just before that. So if you're just here for the reaction, the first quarter or so of this video should be enough for you. Please do hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you'd care to. It would mean a lot to me if you did. You can use the notification bell to decide how often YouTube tells you I'm posting. You can choose none if you want, but still subscribe. That would be lovely. And if you would care to, please do head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, where you can donate to support the channel. And I would like to offer my thanks to Janet Wright and Alex Walker, both of whom bought me coffees recently. Thank you very much, both of you, for your continued support of the channel. I really, really appreciate it. I think that's everything. I don't really have much more to add on this one, so we're just going to jump in and see what Home Free have done with Trace Adkins' I Can't Outrun You. Oh, that's an entry. Very dark singing quality, and the depth of it too. There's no high frequencies there.
Down the interstate, a mile high on a jet plane.
I do love Chance's voice.
A desert road or a downtown train, it's all the same. I can't outrun you. Now I could move to another town.
Oh, that's cool.
Nobody'd ask where you are now. Ask about you. LA or Mexico, no matter where I go.
Oh, there is a lot going on. I see what people meant.
You're in my heart, you're in my mind, everywhere ahead, everywhere behind, every turn I take, you're right around the bend. It's like your ghost is chasing me when I'm awake, when I'm asleep, there's a part of you in every part of me. I can't outrun you.
Oh, these transitions, wow.
I can't outrun you. I've had a chance with a girl or two,
This whole song is deeper than usual.
but all I ever saw was you.
It's keeping the tone very
Holding my
serious.
hand, kissing my face. I guess some memories never fade. You're in my heart, you're in my mind, everywhere.
Oh, nice
ahead,
build coming on
everywhere
here.
behind, every turn I take, you're right around the bend. It's like your ghost is chasing me when I'm awake. When I'm asleep, there's a part of you in every part of me.
Oh, that's such a powerful lyric. Oh, wow. Oh, that resolution. Oh, wow. Wow.
Thought there might just come a time I wouldn't regret telling you goodbye. Looking back, I should have realized I can't outrun you. I can't outrun you. I can't outrun you.
Goodness me. Oh, that harmony. Oh, wow, that is something. That's incredible. What a beautiful piece of music to start with. Makes me very interested to hear the original later. That is, I'm glad I'm listening to it today and not when I'd originally thought I might. That is very somber, very gentle, very heartfelt, but so sad. Some of those lyrics are incredible. The harmonies that Home Free are using are stunning. Some of the construction, the evolution throughout the song. And the visuals in this, my lord, people were right. There is a lot to talk about in this. But it is gorgeous. Really, really gorgeous. And it's so interesting. Let's go back, roll it back to the beginning. Whoops. It's so interesting hearing them keep the general register of the song so low. There's obviously low voices in this, but the fact that Austin was barely going into the upper reaches of his range at points, or not really even the upper reaches, he was barely even crossing the halfway point, it seems. That's a remarkable choice, and I think it worked so very well for this song. That's stunning. I just want to go back and start again, because there's so much to talk about, but it's kind of all in situ, so... just before I do, let's just have a quick glance at I just wanted to see if there's any information in the description. It was directed by Chance as well. You know what, I nearly said that at the beginning. I forgot to check back and see. I remember it was led by him, but I'd forgotten it was directed by him as well. That's remarkably well done. I always wonder, I've never done that. I don't know what it'd be like to direct something and, be the lead. Shot and edited by Jimmy Bates. Excellent job. Really, really good job. The cinematography in this is phenomenal. Production assistant Merlin Showalter and female lead Stephanie Essin. Okay, congratulations to everybody involved in this. You all did some spectacular work. Yeah, let's go back and check this out. This is such an interesting shot to me, actually. This idea of the car coming towards the frame. We've got very low camera angle because the camera's on road level or gravel level. I love the choice of black and white, first of all. But interestingly to me, and this is just my perspective on this, but I almost feel like the black and white is at odds. There's something, you could sense some sadness about black and white. It doesn't have to be by any stretch, but, it can be an indicator sometimes. But the fact that the car is coming forwards, the car isn't going away. It's not leaving. And I think that sets up a really interesting balance in this video. Because if the car was leaving, it would all be, it would have much more of a kind of quality to it, where everything is just sad. But there's something about the car coming into frame that speaks to this sense of not having let go yet. And that strikes me, having now seen this and knowing what the song is about. This is a really potent opening. The fact that they chose to have the shot of the car arriving. Because that's usually a good thing, right? Great choice. And then we fade to the guys without seeing the end of where the car, that comes now. We don't see the end of the car's journey. It is still traveling. And so that in itself is also interesting. Is the car going to stop? Is it just passing by? Do we have an interesting angle and now we're going to see something different? Well, yes, we're about to find out. But I love that we come in on this way down, whatever the note is they start on. Like we got this deep hum down there coming from Tim. But even the highest note in this chord. It's here, I think. It's low. It's not. We're not like, ha! There's no like high-pitched anything coming over the top. It's all in these lower registers. And what an impactful start that is. Regardless of whether the song is strong, is happy or sad. We're kicking it off with this very murky harmony, deliberately so. Like, not murky in the sense that you can't hear the notes, but the quality of it is dark. It could be a little imposing. It certainly implies a weight. Bringing the register of the song down does imply a weight to what's going on here. And I love the simplicity of this shot with the 5 of them that never really changes. Sure, we get close-ups and things like that. But just getting the 5 standing around in black and white, I get the impression nothing they're wearing is colourful. Like, the brightest item of clothing here is Austin's jacket, and I'm suspecting that that's probably a light grey or, like a forest green or something. Like, nothing here looks like if we turned the colour on right now, it would be carmine or, some sort of sunshine yellow. It's all muted. That's a great word for this video, actually, muted. And I think it's wonderful what they've done with this. And just the simplicity of this semicircle lineup here. And the sadness, the sort of... the expressions on several of them, but just looking at Chance, you get a sense of, the seriousness and the sadness of what's going on here. This is wonderful. And that look down, such a simple movement. Just the tilt of the head, nothing else changes. And things aren't right. Just from that. Really, really nice choice.
95 down the interstate.
That's such a fascinating choice to me as well. 95 down the interstate, but the car just stopped. That's really cool, because I think that tells you straight away this is metaphorical. This doesn't have to be me going 95 down the interstate. This is also me having the feeling of no matter what I do, this is what I'm feeling. And it's a lovely start. What a great first line. And I love the tone he delivers it in. There's this lovely clarity to his voice. I love hearing Chance sing. It's so great hearing this lovely clarity to this very low voice. Again, he keeps it in the register it's already in. He's not coming in. They're not having this low beginning to set Chance up to come in with a sort of 95 down the interstate. Oh my God, my voice is... I have a cold. Again. What is it with this year? I don't know. But instead we get 95 down the interstate. Quite muted, quite not withdrawn by any means. He's still projecting well, and there's good enunciation, but he's choosing to keep the quality of his voice deeper, and I really, really love this. Everything about this opening is so strong.
95 down the interstate. A mile high.
I also like the choice that we see Rob in close-up first, given that we're going to hear the two of them sing in duet a little bit later on. That's a nice choice.
On a jet plane, a desert road or a downtown train, it's all the same. I can't outrun you.
So much cool stuff with this. I love that everything that's being mentioned here is a form of transportation. You know, doesn't matter which way I go, you're going to be there. It's great. Just, I mean, I know that's not them. That's obviously the original song, but it's bears, commentary. And I love...
All the same, I can't outrun you.
Yeah. I love that we get the all the same, and then there's the hum hum as they come in and then sing as a group, I Can't Outrun You. It kind of lays an additional weight. Any change lays weight on something. So you've gone from having ooze and a little bit of, the breath quality, going into still quite breathy, but this I can't outrun you as a group singing the lyrics. Suddenly that phrase becomes important. Everything about this video is so cool, but this choice to have the items that remind him of her being in color until the memory passes is such a sad and incredibly powerful choice. Color in black and white always draws your attention. No matter, as long as cinema has been adding color to a black and white movie, it's always going to catch your eye because there is something there that isn't anywhere else in the frame. And so we're drawn into these items the same way that he is. We see them the way that he does. He sees importance, and so do we. And that is so good. And then this transition from that, before the memory fades, we get to share the memory with him. Wow, this is well constructed.
Now I could move to...
And very simple trick, this kind of blur out, blur back in again. But we blur back in again in color. And the fact that the color is out of focus, it's blurred, we're not seeing anything clearly, even while we are perfectly capable of interpreting everything that we're looking at. We're not seeing it the way we would see it if it was, a vibrant, happy memory. We are seeing the sadness with him.
Another run you. Now I could move to another town.
This is interesting too. Here, the delay on the chord change in the harmony. I could move to another town. He comes up fairly quickly to that. He resolves that town. But the chorus, it's more of a town. They wait.
Now I could move to another town. With nobody to ask where you are. Nobody ask about you.
Sorry, I got distracted by Timmy showing up. Normally I would have paused. Let's go back on that a second.
I could move to another town.
It's so interesting to me, that delay. And I also like the fact that we're coming straight away and we start the, ooh, I could move. It sounds like we're going to get more oohs, but this time, no. This time the group is singing with him. And so we have that shift. We're evolving the song already. We're getting more into it because that point of him saying, I'm doing all these things, and then the memories in his head, which is sort of how I'm choosing to see the group at this moment, all come together and say, no, I can't outrun you. And we know that now, so we can move into having the group in the verse.
Now I could move to another town.
Right, move is from the phone, yes.
But nobody'd ask where you are now. Ask about you. LA.
And there again, this choice, we go the ha, we come in with this, once again, vocalized background. And then as soon as he finishes the line, you get the repetition. You get the chorus still singing the words. Because we're all about the emotion now. We want to feel this impact of these beautiful harmonies and things like that. But we can have it with the words. It's this gradual pickup of everything that they're doing is so cool.
Ask where you are now. Ask about you. LA or Mexico.
And then we crash back from the color into just that one item being in color. As he stares at it, still, the memory's still present. And then it fades, just like that. And as soon as it fades, he can get rid of it. It goes into the pocket. There's no concern. But what an incredible sequence that is, from the fact that he just pulls down the sunshade, and the glasses fall out. Again, I haven't been through a divorce, but I've been through breakups in my time. And those sudden, unexpected reminders are very difficult. And I love that that's how we've chosen to introduce this. It's not the mundanity of going through a house knowing you're going to see stuff. It's that moment of, I'm just going to put my keys here. Oh, now I'm thinking about this, and I wasn't quite prepared yet. What a great way to start this. It's great.
LA or Mexico, no matter where I go, I can't outrun you.
And now it's almost like it's the voices in his head saying you're not going to outrun, almost, not quite, you know what I mean. But the flashes of each member of the group, I love that choice. Now we've brought everybody into the closer circle. Obviously, we're seeing Adam or Chance close up the whole way through this because he's the lead. We're seeing his memories and his story and all that sort of thing. But this choice now to bring in everybody else is so good.
You're in my heart, you're in my mind, everywhere.
And here, we're still getting vocalizations from the group at this point in time, but they're coming in with percussive sounds. Da, instead of ha, or just ooh, da. It's a bit more present. And we hear each one of those changes creating a rhythm underneath. Again, beautiful evolution to the next step of the song. Excuse me.
You're in my heart, you're in my mind, everywhere ahead, everywhere behind, every turn I take, you're right around the bend.
Again, this lovely moment, the pickup of the box. And you could choose to make the box colourful, but the box isn't a memory. And in actual fact, it's where the memories are all going to go to be left behind. Not outrun, but left behind. If you could hear any noise in the background, Timmy likes chewing plastic. And I think that's what he's doing. But we get to the scarf, and the scarf is in colour, because the scarf has a memory that we're going to experience now. Lovely song.
You're right around the bend. It's like your ghost is chasing me when I'm awake. When I'm asleep, there's a part of you. Every part of me.
And you have this lovely moment where she comes in and hangs up the scarf. And it's a fascinating choice because there's a sense of habit to this. Because we don't get the impression that this moment that we're seeing now, they're affectionate, they're happy. This doesn't seem like the moment where things went wrong, which means that scarf always gets hung there. Because it's still there now. Or maybe that was the end of a cold day and now it's summer, and it's the beginning of fall and now we're dealing with it, and the scarf has stayed there. Whichever one it happens to be, the sense of habit, that sense of this is how things are, is a lovely thing to wrap into this moment. I'm talking so much about the visuals, but my goodness, there's a lot going on.
There's a part of you in part of me.
Ah, that choice too. The da 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 da. Ooh. The choice to end that back on a softer tone. We're not picking up, you know, it's a nice touch that it's the evolution in this song, this da da da. If you could see that as moving towards a happier space, but no, we go back to the ooh, we go back to the darker sound that brings us back down to earth again a little bit. Oh, that's lovely.
I can't outrun.
And again, I love these beautiful moments where just as it fades, and the editing is so beautifully precise in this. Just as it fades to grey and we lose the color, that's the motion. That's when the memory has passed, and now we can take the scarf and drop it in the box.
On you, I can't outrun you.
And I also love the choice that because it's all about I can't outrun you, he's not throwing things into the box. There's no anger in this. It's all sadness and poignancy and longing. Very gently, just, you know, oops, wasn't quite in there. I'm just going to put a little bit more of it. But doesn't put it all in. It's like he can't quite bear to fully lose sight of it. There's still a little bit hanging over the edge. He's not just putting it in there and forgetting about it, because that's not what the song is about.
I can't outrun you. I've had a chance with a girl or two, but all I ever saw was you.
That's such a nice choice there, to have these darker oohs again with the I had a chance with a girl or two, and then we bring Rob in to duet. And oh my goodness, these two singing together, that voice combination is incredible. I love it. And it's such a lovely line, again, adding that little bit of emphasis, because once again, it is something different. Yes, we've heard 5 people singing together, but we haven't heard 2. Excuse me. And that is another shift, another change, another evolution in the song. It is something fresh to the ear, and so it draws our attention to the importance of that line. All I ever think of is you, or whatever the exact words are. Gorgeous stuff.
But all I ever saw was you.
Ah, and the choice here as well. It's such a subtle thing, but look at the sunflower. Right here, bright, vibrant. The petals are all standing clear. It's obviously, you know, just been picked.
But
Here,
all I ever saw was
dried out, looking sorry for itself, folded over. Again, adding to the tone of the moment.
you. Holding my hand, kissing my face. I guess some memories never fade. You're in my heart.
That's such a strong line, isn't it? I guess our memories never fade. It's so telling of where the character is right now. Because sure, memories fade. I don't think they ever die, necessarily. I think they're always there. And the strangest thing can sometimes remind you of a moment from decades ago. I had that happen to me recently. I can't even remember what it was. I think I heard a piece of music from a cartoon I used to watch when I was 6 or 7, and I haven't heard that since. And like that, I was back in the living room in the house I grew up in. That's not a memory that's faded. I have photographs. That house means a lot. I lived in it for 25 years. But at the same time, that ability to flash back, that's a thing. I don't think memories ever die, but they do fade, but they don't necessarily feel like they can when they're at their most painful. Lovely stuff.
Memories never fade. You're in my heart. You're in my mind. Everywhere.
And that, I think, was the first piece of percussion we've had all song. True vocal percussion. Not the da-da-da, but the boom that comes in at the beginning of that next line.
You're in my heart, you're in my mind, everywhere ahead, everywhere behind, every turn.
And here, everything's feeling a little bit like it's picking up again. And it could almost be, again, like we're going to go somewhere positive. We're not. But there's a vibe that it almost could get there. I love it. They've done so well creating the voicing and the choice of vocal sounds that are being made at any given moment in this. It's keeping the tone going so well, but still giving it a rise and fall. It's not a flat, monotone dirge of a song, which would make it probably almost impossible to listen to. There's a lovely flow to it as it picks up and pulls back again.
I take and everywhere ahead, everywhere behind, every turn I take, you're right around the bend. It's like your ghost.
I like this one too. This moment of seeing mirrors are such an interesting thing, and I think this choice to have Chance staring at his reflection in the mirror, it's almost like he's telling himself this. It's like he's trying to say it to see what happens almost, or is he trying to exorcise that particular demon that's causing him so much pain, or is he just trying to feel it in the moment? There's so many different possible interpretations of what could be going on here, but I love the fact that we get this view of the mirror. You see the sadness in his eyes. My goodness, it's tugs at the heartstrings to look into the face of somebody who's going through this, and I think he's portraying it so very well.
Chasing me when I'm awake, when I'm asleep. There's a part of you in every part of me. I can't.
Oh, what an amazing line to be pushed up into the higher registers. When I'm awake, when I'm asleep, there's a part of you in, what was the line?
In every
part of me. And that's the feeling, isn't it? Right? You feel still so attached, even though things have gone wrong. I love that that's where we start to climb the register and start to get it, because again, it's a change. We've heard the group sing with him before. That's not new. But the group climbing, the group raising the pitch of the song, raises the stakes for us because it's something new, and again on such a critical line. I'm repeating the same comment really, but it's masterful construction. This arrangement is absolutely brilliant.
When I'm asleep, there's a part.
One other thing I've noticed in this, we only get Tim singing stronger bass notes when the register is down. Listen here.
Part of you in every part of me. I can't outrun you.
Like there's bass, there's fairly strong bass, but it's just the dum 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 dum. It's the repetition that makes the bass strong. He's actually relatively back in the mix, and it's a lovely choice because we don't need. This isn't a song that cries out for subharmonics that are going to blow out speakers and things like that. This is an arrangement that asks for gentleness, and I love the fact that, I'm so used to hearing home free videos where somewhere in the middle of it you get this massively powerful bass note from Tim, and we don't really get that in this, and I love that choice. I also love how little we're getting of vocal percussion. The fact that Adam Rupp has so little vocal percussion in this. We're hearing him sing, which is great. I love that. We can't pick him out particularly, or at least I can't. I'm not familiar enough with the voices. But I love that he's a part of this. It makes that chorus that little bit thicker, having an additional voice in there. And I think that's one of the things that's also contributing to how full the sound is. Lovely stuff.
Part of me. I can't outrun you.
I like this moment too. Sorry, I'm going to go back slightly further.
When I'm asleep, there's a part of you in every part of me.
I love in this shot, there are two things your eyes could be drawn to. We're not necessarily living every memory he has, just certain ones. And in this case, there is a memory right there. The pink of the hairbrush tells us that there is a memory right there, but we're going to the gold in the background. We're leaving that pink memory alone right now. That's a really interesting decision because you don't go through. I can't even think like when I've moved or any circumstance. I can't remember a situation where I've just kind of swept everything off if it's not a positive sensation. You know, you take your time, you pick around things a little bit. And I love that they're doing that here.
I can't outrun you. I can't outrun you.
And now we see why the two of them were in there together, because now the hairbrush gets picked up. I really, really like that. I love that you have the moment of choice and then you realize, nope, it's all wrapped in together. This is... I also love this. I can't outrun you. And underneath it... Hello. You want to come up again? Hey, Boyd. Oh. Yeah. That sort of descanty sound. I hesitate to even call it a descant because it's not really up particularly high, but it's higher than the register of the song, and I think that's enough.
Part of me, I can't outrun you.
I can't. Right there. That's a lovely harmony note to be paired on, and it just sticks through. I can't outrun you. I can't outrun you. Oh, so many things to love here. I love that there's this walking bass line, dum 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 dum, whatever the notes are that he's hitting, and then we end up on this dum 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 dum, which we've already heard once before as we were coming into the part of you, part of me line, and then we get this outrageously beautiful resolution here into the major chord. That lovely suspension that resolves there. You get the ya over the top, and you get this do that settles down from the suspended fourth down onto the third. And it's not a happy resolution. It's not, hey, we got back together, everything's fine. It's the acceptance of, I can't outrun you. Wow, this is crazy good. Also, I just realized we've come back. I don't often do this, but give me 1 second. I just want to scroll back through this and look. Where was that shot of her hand out the window? That ring, the blue ring. She's wearing it again. You just saw it for a split second there. And it's in... You see it just fleetingly in all these shots, tying us back into that first happy shot of the hand waving out the window. And I love that the editing in these little flickers in and out of focus. It's never staying there. Everything is fleeting. These memories are broken up a little bit when they're not clear. There's emotion flowing through them. There's time having worn them away a little bit. There's so much to love about this editing. My goodness. Oh. Right, the bracelet was there the whole time as well, but the ring, I think, catches the attention more because of the blue. And that heartbreaking... that shot! The unlinking of the fingers going into the jewelry just sitting on the counter. Presumably, he gave this to her and she's left it behind. Wow, that's devastating. And right as he reaches for it, it fades away. Oh my goodness, that's astonishing. What a beautiful, beautiful video this is. It's heartbreaking. I sound happy, but it's because I have so much respect and appreciation for what they've done here. It's terribly, terribly sad. But this video is an amazing representation of that.
There might just come a time I wouldn't regret telling you goodbye. Looking back, I should have realized I can't outrun you. I can't.
Some of these chords, no, but we're not resolving. There's the ho in the background. These lovely chords that are leaving so much unsaid. They're deliberately not quite finished. They're unsettled. You feel like you want it to be no, and you want to settle onto this lovely happy harmony, but we don't quite do that. We leave it in that uncertainty. This is gorgeous, and the voices are just... Again, this lovely depth coming back in, and they're sitting down there, and what's so impressive is they've managed to keep it down there, and I used the word murky earlier, and I think that was a little unfair. It's not murky, that's the point. The quality of the tone of the song is murky, but the quality of the singing is so clear. Really great stuff.
I can't outrun you. I can't outrun you.
And I love that we see there in that moment the sadness in the color. So was that moment perhaps a moment where the fracture was happening? Or are we just seeing the two worlds blur and now he can't tell the difference between memory and contemporary time? I don't know. Leaves a little bit open to interpretation, but it's, again, such a lovely moment there. And I love that we don't... Do we? Yeah, we don't see him put the cloth in the box, the blanket. It's in there already. It's the only thing we haven't really seen him move. Just a nice touch. He's almost done it unconsciously. And is that maybe why we're seeing the sadness in the colour? Because it's him parting with maybe one of the fonder memories. Or a harder memory. Could be either way. But I love that it's almost unconscious. He just turns and there it is already in the box. Lovely stuff. And that little brief cut back to the group with that eyes down again. You can tell so much from something like that. Like somebody, we've seen the sadness in the eyes and now the head's down. It's so evocative. Oh. Go back on that. Oh, I love this. Ooh. Up at the top there. What a beautiful note to sit on. And we have it down in the bass. Ooh. Ooh. We resolve down. That's the dominant, the fifth. Ooh. Ooh. And then the bass resolves to the fourth. Ooh. And so now we have that second of the subdominant. The subdominant is the fourth. I don't know what the key is. Let's say it's C major because it's easy to talk about. The dominant is G. That's the note that's going on at the top. And then the bass goes down to an F. And that chord shifts down. But the G stays there, which is the second of the F scale. And it leaves the fact that we're finishing on that chord with that extra note on top leaves this sense of longing and sadness and incompletion. Oh! And I love, we can still there. Ooh, that note just hangs on. That last, and that could resolve. Ooh, we could finish it somewhere. The chorus could come back in and settle us, but it doesn't. Nothing happens. We're just left with that hanging note. One step away from completion and from a settled, perfect cadence. Oh my goodness! Guys, this was phenomenal. Thank you, Home Free. Seriously, what a beautiful, somber, slow, stunning piece of music. I'm genuinely curious to go and listen to the Trace Adkins version as well now, but that presentation, both visually and orally, was extraordinary. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. I love a real change of tone from Remember My Name, which was the last Home Free I did. I was looking back trying to remember, like, oh yeah, the really bouncy happy song. This is not. But it was incredible. And yeah, you are absolutely right, everybody. My lord, there was so much to talk about in that. Thank you for recommending it to those who did. I really appreciate that. That's going to be all there is for this week. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you learned something, I don't know, saw something in it you hadn't seen before, heard something you hadn't heard before. Maybe I brought the song to you, or Home Free, even. If you haven't heard Home Free before, check them out. They're awesome. There'll be a playlist link at the bottom, at the end of this video, to all of my reactions. But go down into the description, you'll find the original video. Go and check that out if you haven't done. You should have done that before you listened to this. I should have said that earlier. But if you haven't done, go check them out. Thank you for being here with me today, especially if you still are. I hope that you have enjoyed this. And yeah, please do like the video if you did. Please subscribe to my channel for more content. Many groups covered on this channel. Hit the like button, the notification bell to decide how often YouTube tells you I'm posting. And if you would care to, please head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, where you can donate to support the channel. Thank you so much once again for watching this with me. Do take care. I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful morning, afternoon, evening. I don't know, what should we go for? 11 a.m. Why not? If that's what time it is, yay. I don't know. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.